All right, Rich. You say you got the two best heavyweights in the world. Deontay Wilder.
Oh, you mean here?
Yes.
Yes.
Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder said they're the best heavyweight in the world. How soon can we expect Joe Joyce to climb that ladder? He's 6-0 now with 6 knockouts.
Well, so I do have the best 3 young heavyweights. I have Joe Joyce, I have the Olympic gold medalist Tony Yoka, and I have the biggest puncher of them all, Schaeffer, the Nigerian. These guys are not like yesterday's amateurs. These are amateurs which have fought without headgear, so they're much more advanced in the game, and they're like ready to go. I mean, you see Joe Joyce calling out Baby Miller and pretty much anyone else, and he doesn't just call them out. He means it. He wants to fight them. He's begging me to get in these fights, so he is really ready to go. Would I be surprised to see him fighting for a world title in the next 12, 14 months? No.
Now we look at Joe Joyce, he only has 6 fights, but he does have the World Boxing Series experience as well. So how much do you think that experience plays a part in professional?
Well, I think if I would have to sort of like compare apples with apples, it probably would be like a 20-0 compared to the old amateurs. So that's the kind of experience he gained. And again, the key being fighting without headgear in the amateurs. So these amateur fights back then were really more like pro fights, and that's why he's ready to go. And so I mean, you saw it with Lomachenko as well. Lomachenko fought in his first fight for a world title, and so you have, these are not yesterday's amateurs; these are today's amateurs.
Wilder Fury, who wins? You got to bet the house.
I would have, if you would have asked me like a week ago, two weeks ago, I would have like a cannon shot. I would have told you Wilder. I'm not so sure anymore because I think what we've seen in the last day or so, last 48 hours, something is happening to Deontay which hasn't happened to him before. Somebody's actually out talking him, and he's sort of like winning the psychological warfare outside of the ring and getting under his skin. Usually he's the one getting under skins. So what kind of impact? Well, what kind of impact? Yeah, but what kind of impact is that going to have on Deontay? I don't know.
So you have Fury. So 55, 45.
No, I think I still have I still would give Deontay the edge.
So all that means nothing. You just said.
No. It means, but I really don't know. I mean, it's, in my opinion, a 50-50 fight. Go watch. Go to buy that pay-per-view.
Tell him again to buy the pay-per-view. To watch Joe Joyce. To watch Joe. What they got? Watch Joe Joyce. He gonna not. The hell of a fighter. Joe Joyce, hell of a fighter.
Who do you want Joe Joyce to fight between Wilder and Fury? Would you want the big UK showdown?
Well, actually, I'm going to be meeting with Frank Warren right now. There's some talk about Hughie Fury wanting to fight Joe Joyce. So we'll see what can be done. I'd like to have Joe fought his last 2 fights in the US, so I'd like him to go back and fight in the UK. He's becoming quickly a big star there. There is some strong interest there, and so that's what I'm going to do.
So you want the end of the year for a world championship belt, either Anthony Joshua, if it remains the same as it is today, Anthony Joshua, the winner of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. What do you think is going on with Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn? Do you think they'll just go pick a in-house opponent, or they'll reach out and say, I'll fight a Tyson Fury, I'll fight a Deontay Wilder? Do you think that's what you think?
My feeling is that the next fight probably going to be some sort of an in-house opponent, and then maybe after that we are going to get lucky and we're going to see the fight we want to see between the winner of this fight and Anthony Joshua. And I think the timing might be right. The fight is big enough to allow for a distribution platform which is similar to what we've seen in the past when there are big fights, meaning HBO and Showtime work together for Tyson and Lennox, and then Pacquiao and Mayweather. So I think here, one of the reasons I guess the fight didn't happen is there were, Anthony Joshua was an important part of ongoing conversations, negotiations, and discussions. Eddie Hearn had exactly, by the way, during that time with the Zone. And now Joshua, when he was at Showtime, it would have been very easy to get that fight done because he was on Joshua was on Showtime, Deontay Wilder was on Showtime, so there were no network issues. But suddenly now there are network issues because Anthony Joshua is now an important part of the zone here in the US with the zone televising his fights. So now you have issues. You know, who is gonna televise it? The zone made it very clear that they're not in the pay-per-view business, and yet a fight like that is a pay-per-view fight. So, you know, you look at these things, how can they be worked out? I would know how to work it out, I would know how to go about it, but you know, these are some hurdles which exist today, which didn't exist last year.
How would you explain working it out that Eddie Hearn is in these small, obscure locations and low ticket sales? How do you fix that?
Well, you know, in the end of the day, whether if it's boxing or entertainment or music, people want to see good shit. You know, they don't want to see like mismatches or irrelevant stuff. And if you have good stuff, people will turn out and they will come and they will watch, and for that matter, they will pay, meaning pay-per-view. So you know, it's the US is not the UK. I always said the UK fans, not just in boxing, the UK fans are the best fans in the world. Look at soccer. I mean, football it's called over there. They're the best fans. They are so passionate about their teams, about their fighters, about their athletes, unlike anyone else. So you do sell for a fight where you sell 2,000 tickets here, you sell 10,000, 15,000 tickets in the UK. It's different. It's okay. Here in the US, we have so much competition with baseball, basketball, football, college football, you know, and on and on and on, so that it's not so easy to sell tickets. And I think Eddie Hearn is learning the hard way. And
what's the hard way?
The hard way is learning the hard way is that you don't sell tickets. You probably don't get the audience numbers you would expect because you know you have to deliver.
You understand numbers well. Like you and I did an epic video, did over 100,000 views where you were talking about the pay-per-view model.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You did a two-part with me. So, in your expert opinion, does it flatline? Does it grow?
Look, if you're the owner of the song, let's say you're the owner of the song and you are a rich guy. I mean, you are a millionaire, you are a billionaire, you are a multi-billionaire, and you became a multi-billionaire. Why? Because you're a smart guy. Okay, it's very rare that the dumb guy becomes a billionaire. Well, it happens too, but maybe if you win the lotto or the lottery or the bingo or whatever. But this guy made a fortune and he decided to revolutionize the sports world by delivering a global streaming service platform, which I think is a great idea. Now what you need to have is you need to have the right content, and you sort of like to attract the subscribers, right? It's pretty easy so far. And so if you have the right content, as I said before, people pay. But it has to be premium content, it has to be content people want to watch. And if it's content people don't want to watch, forget the paying, they're not going to watch. Whether you have to pay or not pay, who wants to waste their time? So the key is to assemble the right content where you can get subscribers. And I'm sure they made some sort of budgets where they say, well, we're going to spend all this money and then let's see how many subscribers are we going to gain. And eventually, the money you spend and the subscribers you gain, they should somehow, that curve should cross, meaning you're going to have more subscribers, money coming in, than money you're spending. That's the reason why you're doing that. Now, whether with the talent they have or the content they have on the zone, they are going to be able to have that curve happening. I'm asking you guys.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Okay, so you go and ask people if that content is going to allow that, and then I'm going to reserve judgment on that. But you know, let people, they can figure it out themselves.
Break down Canelo's contract, 365.
How real is it 365? How real is it 11 fights?
11 fights.
Well,
your face says a lot.
Well, let's say let's just say Canelo's last fight did 1 million homes, let's say. And that was against Triple G. That's the biggest fight they could make, right? There's no bigger Canelo fight than Triple G. As a matter of fact, right now, probably Canelo's biggest fight is still going to be a Triple G number 3. Whether that's still going to do 1 million homes, who knows? But let's just say it does 1 million homes. 1 million homes is about 30 million bucks. You know, after you pay, you know, they can watch your video again. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, about 30 million bucks. Well, if the zone has to pay Canelo already 30 million bucks, and let's say you get 1 million, it's not really that great, you know. So you need to get more than 1 million. Are they going to be able to get more than 1 million subscribers with Canelo fighting Rocky Fieldings? You guys are experts. What would you say?
I thought he was an actor.
You think they're going to get 1 million?
I thought it was Rocky Balboa.
No. What do you think?
I think maybe like 10,000.
No. Well, we have 4, you know.
Yeah,
what do you say? No.
It wouldn't do well.
I don't even have to say anything, you know. So, again, I think at one point these smart people are going to say, hey, did it work out? Yes or no? And if it does, great. They're going to keep pumping more money in. And if not, then they're going to pull the plug. I mean, the fact is, these fighters out there, if you're a promoter, who signs a fighter to a 18 months contract? I mean, you sign fighters to 4 or 5 year contracts, but not to 18 months contract, particularly not when you spend that kind of crazy money. So the only reason you do that, if you don't have a long-term commitment to pay that kind of crazy money, that you only have it for 18 months, and after 18 months you're going to see, well, you know, are we going to continue or not? So, you know, there's a lot of moving targets.
You want to talk and move? Mikey Garcia is basically writing his eulogy. Some people say he's writing his eulogy March 16th. What do you say? You got him as a pound for pound.
That's what most people say. I mean, I don't think I have met yet anyone who picked Mikey. But let's do our 4 people pick here. Who are you picking, Mikey or Spence? 50-50. You must be Swiss.
No, Spence body shot easy.
Spence. I got Spence one.
I have 50-50, but it's
50-50. Most people really have Spence winning. And
He's the favorite.
He's the favorite. When we did that same, if we would have done that same kind of round question and answer kind of play, when Oscar fought Manny Pacquiao, most people would have said Oscar.
But Pacquiao, De La Hoya was at the end of his career.
Yeah,
though.
but now they're saying that when we did the fight, they didn't say he was at the end of his career.
I agree.
You know, so you just never know general wisdom has it that the great big man is beating a great small man. Both of those guys are great. Both of those guys are in their prime. Both of them are in the top 5 pound for pound. So you look at all these things.
How does he win?
You know, it's a tall task for Mikey.
How does he win? Like for real, how does he win? Mikey knows. I love Mikey. Mikey knows.
I'm telling you one thing. Mikey is the smartest fighter I have ever met, next to Floyd Mayweather. And Mikey is not going to take this fight because of a payday. He's not going to take this fight because he's thinking of losing. He's going to take this fight because he is knowing winning. That's why he's taking that fight. And he's seen something in Spence, which he knows with his skills, he can expose. And I know it's a big if, and everybody agrees with me, if Mikey Garcia wins against Errol Spence, I don't want to hear anybody say
we can't.
that he is not pound for pound
he's
number one.
No, he's bigger than pound for pound. He's a legacy fighter.
He's a legend. He's a
legend.
That is exactly, you see how you guys
He's a living legend in his prime, Richard.
It's exactly the kind of way you guys react. This is the kind of shit which gets Mikey Garcia going and gets him excited. That is why he's taking this fight. And you know what?
It got your blood boiling. We'll be sitting next to each other in Dallas,
this is gonna
looking down at the stars. You know, we go.
And then you know what makes this thing even bigger?
What's up?
For the first time ever in the history of boxing, there's something gonna happen, and you know what that is? What that fight?
No.
You have a free over-the-air network, Fox, Channel 11, putting their promotional muscle behind this fight as a pay-per-view. Okay, a pay-per-view happening with Fox as the distributing partners and network as the distributing partners, man, the sky is the limit, because now the whole world, all of America is going to see these guys and the amazing stories that Errol Spence has.
30 million people saw Earl
Exactly,
last
30
week.
million people. I mean, that's more than HBO and Showtime having subscribers. You know, you have to have every house watched. That's the kind of reach you get. That is what gets me really fired. With somebody like that on board, you're gonna break these pay-per-view records.
Oh, definitely.
Appreciate you, man.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
Richard.
Hey, I know you gotta go. Thank you.
Thank you.